England has had great athletes in boxing over the years, both amateur and pro, but this guy stood out in recent years for his dedication to his country, to his sport, in many, many different ways. He also served as a promoter and trainer. But he was in the midst of a possible comeback, but unfortunately, he has passed away. Ricky Hatton, what a battler he was. He was a British professional boxer who competed between 97 and 2012, and later worked as a boxing promoter and trainer. During his boxing tenure, he held multiple world titles in the light welterweight division and won at welterweight. In 2005, he was named Fighter of the Year by the Ring magazine, the Boxers Writers Association of America, and of course ESPN. In 2000, Hatton won the British light welterweight title, followed by the WBU World Boxing Union title the following year. He made a record 15 successful defenses of the latter from 2001 to 2004. He reached the pinnacle of his career in 2005 by defeating Costa Tszyu for the IBF ring and lineal titles. This was followed up later that year with a victory of Carlos Mausa to claim the WBA title, super version, therefore becoming a unified light welterweight world champion. Born in Stockport, England, he made his welterweight debut in 2006 and won a tough fight against WBA champion Luis Collazo to win the world title in his second weight class. A return to light welterweight in 2007 saw him win the vacant IBF title for a second time, as well as the IBO crown. In the same year, Hatton had his career first defeat against Floyd Mayweather Jr. in an attempt to win the World Boxing Council ring and the lineal welterweight titles. The defeat took a severe toll on Hatton's well-being, as did a second defeat in 2009 when he lost his IBO ring and lineal light welterweight titles to Manny Pacquiao. After Hatton's career was put on a long hiatus, rumors of a comeback continued to circulate the media over the next several years. In 2011, he announced his retirement from the sport. But in 2012, more than 3 years after his last fight, he confirmed he's come back. A loss to Vyacheslava Senyshchenko in his first match back prompted Hatton to immediately announce his final retirement. He remained retired for 13 years before announcing a comeback in 2025. Now, Hatton has been lauded as one of the most beloved and popular British boxers of all time, with a raucous fan base that traveled their tens of thousands across the Atlantic to serenade and support him. He was inducted in the IBHF Boxing Hall of Fame as part of the class of 2024. Final record, the 5'6" pounder, 45 victories with 3 losses. Born in Stockport, he grew up in a pub on the Hattersley Council Estate in Hyde, Greater Manchester. He first trained at the Sale West ABC. He was educated at Hattersley High School. His grandfather and his father both played football for Rochdale, and Hatton had a trial for the U team. He found a local boxing club in Hyde to train at. His entrance music is the Manchester City Club song Blue Moon, as performed by the band Supra. At age 14, he was taken by his uncles Jed and Paul to Man United's Old Trafford Stadium to watch the second fight between Nigel Benn and the great Chris Eubank. On leaving school, he joined the family carpet business, but after he cut 4 of his fingers with a Stanley knife, his father made him a salesman to prevent him from losing his fingers. He had a short amateur career, which he won 7 British titles and represented his country at the 96 ABA Youth World Boxing Championships. His elimination in the semis did cause controversy. 4 to 5 judges awarded the contest to Hatton, but under the scoring rules, he was defeated as the 5th judge gave the match to Hatton's opponent by 16 points. The judge was later found out to have accepted a bribe. In dissolution with the amateur governing bodies, Hatton turned professionals. He was based at Billy the Preacher Graham's gym in Moss Side, where fellow boxers including Carl Thompson and Michael Gomez. So he was ABA National Junior Champion, Class C, ABA National Junior Champion Class A, ABA National Champion Class B, and ABA National Champion the light welterweight between 94 and 97. Now, many key fights through the years, and he gave 100% at all times. Now, on July 6, 2025, Hatton announced that he was coming out of retirement at the age of 46. The fight was to take place in Dubai, United Arab Emirates, on December 2nd, 2025, against 46-year-old Issa Elda. Speaking on the comeback, he said, "I'm very much looking forward to it myself. What you're trying to do there for boxing in Dubai is fantastic. Hopefully this will be a spin-off for more events for you to have over here, and hopefully we can have to get the ball rolling with a bang. The fight was announced via virtual face-off, as Hatton was unable to travel due to injury. Al Da, who was also the promoter, had not fought since 2021 when he stopped by Mexican-German Pedro Delgado in the first round. Now, outside the ring, of course, everybody knows he was a passionate supporter of Man City, with strong links to the club via his father and grandfather, who are both former players. Hatton once had a trial at City for the U team. His entrance music was the club song Blue Moon, as performed by the band Supra. Now, regarding his nickname, I've always been a fan of Tommy Hearns, and everybody associates that's where I got it from. But everybody's a Tommy Hearns fan. I got the nickname the little first day I walked in the gym. I was 10 years old and put a pair of gloves on and started walloping the bag. And my amateur coach said, look at him, look how evil he is. He's like a little hitman. Now, the Hatton Promotions was strong as well. He operated his own boxing production promotions company, which managed a number of fighters, including Anthony Upton, Sonny Upton, Paul Upton, Lucas Brown, and others. Now, on 11th of February 2007, Jean-Tak Jakanov became the first fighter under Hatton Promotions, as well as trained by Hatton to become world champion, where he defeated Urushi Warren by split decision to win the WBA bantamweight title. Now, on September 14, 2025, it was reported that Hatton had been found dead in his home in Hyde, Greater Manchester, age 46. Greater Manchester police confirmed that his body was discovered following a call from a neighbor and stated they were not treating his death as suspicious. So his passing is, we really don't know what happened with the Hitman, but like I said, to spend a whole career like that undefeated until tough losses against, Mayweather and Pacquiao. He was the pride of England. He was the rose of England, and we're going to miss him because he was a strong, draw, and they give you why. Mayweather, when he fought Mayweather, 920,000 buys in the States, 1.15 million in the UK, and the Pacquiao fight, 850,000 buys on HBO and 900,000 on Sky. So a big draw. And the Hitman, again, it was a great time for British boxing because the strength of the 80s and 90s with many boxers. You had Lenny Lewis and Hatton. Ricky was, there's no words to say he will be greatly missed. And like I said, he was a legacy fighter. Everybody loved him, and pretty well fighters like that do not come along every day. They come along once in a generation, and he will be missed. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you like what you're doing here, we're Sports File Tributes. Let me know when to like, comment, subscribe, or share. Bye.